So, you caved in. You wanted a custom mechanical keyboard. You've heard how good they sound, and you want to join in on that new PC Master Race goodness. But, unfortunately, you don't want to, or you can't, spend that $500 that you've been seeing in just about every custom mechanical keyboard video. So, this one's for you guys, all you who are a bit broke and are looking to get a custom mechanical keyboard for around the same price as what you'd spend on a normal keyboard. So, you're at the right video, stick around for the whole thing, and hopefully we can have a bit of fun. Now, the first step in building our keyboard is to go to AliExpress. You guys would probably know that place as pretty sketchy, but it does save us a lot of coin. Well, that's sort of why this video is delayed so much. I don't know what else to say to you guys. We try to save you money, not to save you time. I'm sorry, that's not what this channel is about. Links will be in the description, and those will be AliExpress links because that's where I got my stuff. But if you do want to get it from other places, that's up to you to find the links. I'm sorry. Number 2, the reason why you should follow this video specifically is that I have looked everywhere on the internet. And while the custom keyboard sort of community has been exploding, there's so many people who want to join it. The problem is that no one is making good videos, well, except a few people are making good videos on how you can get into it on the cheap. You might find like 1 or 2 videos that are like this one from bigger creators, but I thought I'd just add to the community because there aren't too many videos out there right now to help you guys. In addition, if you know absolutely nothing, like nothing, about custom keyboards or anything like that, but you really want to get into it, then I'd recommend checking out this video. It'll be the first link in the description by Kristofer. He goes through all the ins and outs of custom keyboards, tells you what to look out for, all that sort of thing. So if you do want to get into it and you know nothing, check out that link first and then come back to this video. Kristofer makes awesome videos and I highly recommend his channel. And finally, the parts that you're going to need, here are all of them right now. So part number 1, you would have seen in a lot of YouTubers' budget custom keyboard builds. Now this is a very nice keyboard kit that we have, and especially for the price that we got it at. Now this is called the GK61 keyboard kit. So inside the keyboard kit, it has a manual for how to sort of control the RGB on the keyboard, what keyboard you got, how to use the FN functions, that sort of thing inside. Next up, you have the keyboard kit yourself. So this keyboard kit comes with the keyboard case, then it comes with a layer of foam in the bottom. That's for making the switches and the clicking sound a bit richer, a bit deeper, that sort of thing. It's a nice touch to have. Above that, we have the PCB itself. So the PCB is hot swappable, which means that we can pull in and pull out the switches at any time. We don't need any soldering iron or anything like that. It has individual RGB lighting for each key. So it's a really nice feature. It means that we're going to have a really nice covering of RGB, which is a thumbs up in my books. And it also has stabs or stabilisers. This is for your longer keys and that sort of thing, so that they're not all shaking around when you try to tap it on the side. It's still flat. It's for things like your spacebar, your enter key, that sort of thing. Now, if you have a look in the back of the box, you have your key puller and then your switch puller in a little white box. In the back section with the key puller, we also have a USB Type-C cable that is braided. Very nice feature to have. And also with the keyboard, the USB Type-C port is on the side, not in the center, which I think is a smart idea. It makes your whole setup look a lot cleaner instead of having your ugly keyboard cable running down the center. Apart from that kit, there are only actually 2 other pieces that you have to get, and then there are 2 optional pieces that you can get. You don't have to, but it's up to you. Our other 2 pieces that you have to get will come pretty obvious to most of you viewers if you know a bit about keyboards. They are our switches and our keycaps. These 2 are what makes all the sound, and it's what you hit when you go and use a keyboard. First up, for our switches, we got Gateron Blues. There was no real reason behind why we got these. They are clicky switches, so they might not be the favorite of everyone here. The only reason why we opted for clicky switches is because they were cheaper, and yeah, that's about it. They were cheaper at the time. These are a quality brand, so Gateron is probably one of the most popular brands for custom mechanical keyboards. If you are looking for different types of switches, I would recommend Gateron Black Inks. They have the smoothest and nicest sound in my opinion, and especially if you are trying to stay on a budget. Keyboard sounds are completely up to preference. Personally, I like linear switches, but that's up to me. What you like is up to you. Our final part that you all need to buy is keycaps. All of you would probably know, but these are the things that you type on when you use a keyboard. The set that we got are dark blue, red, and white, and they look very nice. Our keycaps are actually pretty thick, which is a good thing. If you don't know anything about keycaps, just know, basically, the thicker your keycap is, the better. That means it's more quality, and the better it will have like a deeper sound, that sort of thing. It'll feel nicer if it's thicker. Keycaps pricing can be a bit weird. Keycaps can either be pretty cheap, they don't seem like they'd be a pretty expensive thing, but if you have a look at expensive keycaps, just type that up on YouTube, you can find people paying upwards of $200 just for their keycaps. Now, some people might spend up to like $1,000, and that's if you want to get like gold keycaps and that sort of thing, or like metal keycaps. Those are very expensive. I do not recommend them. Our keycap set cost around another $20 or so, and it's a good thing because the keycaps that we bought are actually really thick, and so it means that we're going to have a nice thock sound when we hit them. For our extra pieces, these ones are pretty easy to get your hands on and will cost you a total of $1.98. These two pieces are, first off, this one's going to be free, that's how much I paid for it, but it's just a simple bit of thin foam. We're going to be adding this to the bottom of our keyboard where, if you were paying attention, that other foam is. This will just add that extra bit of richness to it, and it's just all around a simple thing to do. When you get that foam, just make sure that your sheet is very thin, because this keyboard is already pretty packed full, and so if you try to fit a thick sheet of foam in, it's not going to fit. The thing that cost money was this. This right here is lube. What that's going to do is we're going to put it on our keyboard switches, and what it does is it makes it so much smoother and it makes it so much nicer sounding. Now, with all that said, remember, links in the description. Here's what we're going to do. So our first move in building our custom mechanical keyboard is to take apart the kit itself, the GK61 kit. So we had to remove about 8 or so screws, and then once we finished that, we had to take out the backplate and the PCB. Next move is to just go through and take out all the stabilizers, or stabs for short. I found that the stabs were already pre-lubed, and they did a fairly good job of it, so I didn't think it was worth going through all the effort of doing it all again. After that, now that we have an open case with no other parts in it, I thought it would be a good time to put in the foam. Now, the piece of foam I had was quite thin, but this was a good thing because it ended up that my foam was the right size so that I could just cut it in half, and then I was able to put 2 layers in, which means that we had a really nice sounding base to go on. After that, we then decided to put back in the PCB and that sort of thing so we can get to lubing our switches. And as I just said, lubing the switches. Now, this was probably the most time consuming and painful thing that I have ever had to do in my life. I spent about 9.5 hours just lubing each of these switches. Now, because I am a bit of a beginner myself, this is only like the second keyboard that I've made, it did take quite a fair bit of time, but I'm sure as you get more used to doing it, and if you are planning on doing it as a hobby and doing it multiple times, then I reckon you'll get a lot faster than this. But for the first or second time that I've done it, it's taken a while, and I didn't get bothered to record all of it, I'm sorry. And now you just get to enjoy a long montage of a bunch of cool RGB clicking sounds and that sort of stuff. Enjoy, my people. So guys, that's it for this video. If it did help you out at all with your keyboard shenanigans, then please tell me down in the comments down below. Also, tell me what I could do better. Anything like that is very much appreciated. But now, if you just come with me for a second, I'm about to give you a bit of a spoiler on the next video. If you have a look over here, we have a bunch of stuff crowding my desk. Now, just for all of you, if you have been watching Chopsticks1 channel religiously, that is for an anime gaming PC. Spoiler alert, that's what that's for. So, if you want to see awesome stuff like that coming up in like the next few videos, that sort of thing, then go ahead, get subscribed, turn on notifications so that you don't miss that upload. That would be very much appreciated. And you get to see dope stuff like that all day long. So, I don't know what else to tell you. That's all from me, guys. Catch you in another one. Bye.